DSP basically blew out all his horns. Bad things can happen when that is jamming and arcing out. There was just so much mid bass. This is probably one of the main reasons why it's cutting out. And every time something always blew. We got a stunt wall, we got tear amps, we got PRV amps, we got PRV crossover, and we got a new video, guys. Man, I already know what you guys are gonna say. Mouse, where have you been? You abandoned us, everything, all of the above. She's gonna save all that for the video after this one. It's today, my homeboy came and dropped off his truck. I don't know if you guys remember this truck that we did probably at the beginning of the year. It's my boy Mike's OBS extended cab, man, on them things. You already see it. We actually went ahead and we built the stunt wall in this thing. If you remember, we actually built the stunt wall, and then I don't know if he didn't have my number or something happened, and he went and got a DSP installed, but he actually had some issues to where DSP basically blew out all his horns, and there was just so much mid bass going on the speakers. And it didn't allow him to really enjoy it. And you know, every weekend that he would go out and try to flex, man, every time something always blew. Then we actually went ahead and rewired a lot of the stuff. We ended up swapping out, we did end up swapping out some speakers for MRs. There used to be some Scars, but these are MRs, I think, mid-range. Mid-range is the way to go if you're trying to get loud. Swapping out the DSP for the PRV crossover, the dial one, man, and that thing works good. After we swapped out the DSP to the crossover, we went ahead and rewired a couple things because they had moved the amps, and the truck has been working pretty good. But with time, the builds just need a little bit of maintenance work, and that's what we're basically going to do here today. So there was an event last week, and he went out there, went to go flex, but he said that it kept cutting in and out. And you know, it is so hot out here in the state of Florida that amps probably get really hot, especially when they're behind the seat. So we're just going to go ahead and go over a few things that could possibly get the sound system to cut off. But I'm pretty sure it's probably like an electrical thing, like a power thing. Something's probably not tight, probably there's some corrosion or something, and we're going to get into all that here in a little bit. Man, one thing that I will say about this stunt wall right here, for what it got, the 410s and the 212s are being ran by only the 3000 watt tear amps, and it's a HD amp at that. Then the actual horns are on one set of channels 1 and 2 of the PRV amp, which is probably only like 300 watts. And man, this thing right here, guys, it is definitely no punk. This thing is very loud for what it is. When we actually got done doing this stunt wall right here, when I swapped out the crossovers, we actually went ahead and just basically adjust the settings to see what they would do and how long they would last, and they pretty much have lasted pretty good. And he has not blown nothing out since we readjusted and swapped over to the crossover from the DSP. Nothing has blown, so we can actually go ahead now and adjust it to give it a little bit more kick, so we can get those mids to throw out a little bit more of a thump. Before that, we need to make sure what's going on, why is it cutting out, and we probably need to fix this. It probably fell on him. We need to fix that. I see that this thing's got a little bit of corrosion. Although the car battery is not ideal to do inside the cab because of the fumes and all that stuff, this is what he got to work with, and we got to make it work for him. What the customer wants, the customer gets. And we're going to go ahead and, let me see real quick. Oh, you see it's kind of loose, so I don't know if someone put some lights or something. I don't know. Maybe someone added some lights and didn't, you know, tighten them up or something. But we're going to go ahead and make sure all that's nice and tight. Maybe scrape the surface on the terminals, make sure they're nice bare metal connections. Thing right here too, we're going to fix all that and make sure that it's all 1000%. We're going to go ahead and test this guy out. Well, I'll probably clean it up, make it look pretty good. And then we're gonna test out, make sure everything's playing very good, and then we are gonna adjust it and give these mids a little bit more kick, because that's what it's slacking on. Man, this thing is very loud, but it's slacking a little bit more of the thump effect. But man, that ain't nothing. All we gotta do is adjust the amps, man. So why talk anymore? Let's get to work. So right off the bat, you know, this is probably one of the main reasons why it's cutting out. That's reason number one. It's obviously a very very important to have that tight because bad things can happen when that is jamming and arcing out. And obviously back here too, like I said, the actual car battery is not ideal, but we got to work with what the customer got, and it looks like the terminals are actually corroded. So we'll actually take those guys off, and then we'll brush them with the wire brush. We'll hit them with the wire brush, and then we'll make sure that's very nice and tight. Then we'll actually play it. I'll mount this thing back up and then see if it cuts out. If it doesn't, then we're good. Then we actually go ahead for the next step and start tuning it to play a little bit more deeper. Here, right here, a very big problem. It'll never make a solid connection, so voltage, it's always going to keep dropping, and it's never going to send that good signal going out to it. So this definitely needs to get tightened up right off the bat. Tighten this guy up. Okay. Oh yeah, that thing is in there, guys. That thing is very good. That thing was tripping, but now it's good. One thing that is officially fixed, I don't want to touch nothing else because I don't know what it's going to, so I'm not even going to mess with it. I am going to put electrical tape on that right there just because it's bare wire and it is connected to power, so we're just going to make sure that it's not bare, it doesn't touch anything, because I'd hate to feel bad, and since I'm touching this right now, it would be on me. Alright, so next we need to go ahead and take these terminals off. Let me turn off the camera and take those off, guys, just because I don't want nothing to spark. Alright, so they don't look that bad. There's just the outside that look kind of bad, but where it makes contact, it's still pretty bare. So I got the bolt right here, the wire brush. We're just going to clean it off, so we know that it makes a nice little contact when we put it on. It looks pretty good. You see it? Clean this guy off. Bare metal. These terminals that I gotta clean off, and it is kind of hard to get the camera inside here, so I'm just gonna turn off the camera real quick and clean those off, and then we're gonna put them back on the battery.
A few moments later.
The last thing to fix on the truck before we start testing is pretty much just put this back in its place, and we'll actually fix it like this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's done. Look at that thing. Back up there. Solid. The next thing is to pretty much give the mids and highs a little bit of tune and adjusting, just because man, he's been in the field jamming it, guys, and I know after a while you do need a jam, you do need to tune her and make sure everything is working properly so it can continue to work for you properly. One of the videos that I will be recording coming up this week, guys, because man, your boy did take almost like a month and a half, maybe 2 months vacation off of YouTube, and like I said, I'll explain that in the next video after this one. But you know, I have been doing a couple things off camera. Hold on, let me get my keys. As many of you guys know, this is my Silverado. I do have a blow through 4th order bandpass box in here. We do have the door panels. Check it out. Man, them 210s and 2 tweeters, man, them things are loud. May look stock back here, guys, but let's check this out. We have the blow through. That's where the bass comes through. The box back here, I'll just, if some of you guys probably haven't even seen this build, it's been acting up. There's the box, there's the batteries. And real quick, guys, man, in like 1 week span, I cracked both wheels. Both wheels are in the garage, but I cracked 2 wheels in this thing in 1 week, guys. So there's basically 4 brand new wheels on this truck. Don't get attacked by ants. But anyways, one of the biggest problems that we actually had going on in my truck is that the bass amp would be banging, but we couldn't turn it up so loud because it would clip and, you know, it would go into protect. But you know, to make the story short, man, we found the sweet spot, guys, and this thing is a monster. We will explain that in the next 2 videos that we will be dropping. I am going to be putting my epicenter back in here just because I do miss it whenever I listen to like Spanish music, and you know, I like 90s music, but some of it doesn't have bass, so I need that little knob to get that extra crunkness out of it. I will be explaining to you what I did to get it to find its sweet spot with the gains, and it's already been like a month and a half, and I beat on my sound system, guys. I'm not gonna lie, man. I built that thing for it to be nasty loud. I do have $120 subs in it, just for the reason if they blow, they blow. We can swap them out like this. But man, that thing is loud, ridiculous loud, and it has yet to cut out on me one bit whatsoever. And we are pushing that thing to the limits. You know what I'm saying? But all that will be for probably like in the next 2 or 3 videos. We will be installing the epicenter on that thing, so stay tuned for that. But let's actually go ahead and fire this thing up and hear how it sounds. We have 2 EQs. One is for the inside of the cab, and the Timpano one is for the stunt wall in the back. So it is playing a little bit of mid-bass, but nothing too crazy. So let's actually go ahead and turn it down a little bit to see what it does. Nothing too crazy. I don't know if I've told you guys before, but your low pass is what's going to get your speakers to talk, and your high pass is what's going to get it to give you a little bit of mid-bass. So in this case, we're only going to touch the high pass, and we're just going to drop it a hair and see what it does. Alright guys, so I think I pretty much got adjusted to where I think it sounds pretty good. Really need to go somewhere in an area where it's like really nice and open and no one's around, and we can actually sit here and test her out pretty good. But I think for right now, I think it is actually putting in some serious work. It hasn't cut out on me yet, and so I am going to just go ahead and say that the loose of those connections are the things that was wrong with it. Man, this thing is still bumping, it's still grinding, man, it's still doing its thing, man, and I hope he keeps on, you know, treating it with the respect, and it's going to last him a very long time. I know that we do have plans for other things, but I pretty much think that we are 1000% good on the truck right now. I always say I pretty much just always test out, make sure that it sounds good, it's playing. I don't over jam on it or anything like that, although I'm pretty sure he would give me permission to, but that's his stuff. I don't want to blow it out for him. And same thing if, you know, I don't want to blow any of his stuff out, we'll just leave it like that. But it is doing its damn thing. We go ahead and park it for him. Sometimes that's all they need is just a little bit of love, guys. And man, these sound systems will last you a long ass time, man. I don't know how some people go out every weekend, go jam out their stuff, and man, everything is gone in their truck. Everything is completely blown out. Look at me with my 412s, guys. I beat on it. Man, we're P Diddying those subs, guys, and them things are lasting. And it trips me out whenever I ask people, like, man, do you jam your system? They'll be like, oh, I mean, I jam it a little bit, but I don't be abusing it. I'm like, man, you do be jamming on it, man. Don't lie to me. I jam on my stuff. I'm not even gonna kid you, guys. So we are pretty much done with this bad boy. Man, this truck, I don't know, I love them squatted trucks, I love them snowflakes, I love them gripper tires. Man, this truck is pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. Hey guys, so that's pretty much gonna be it for today's video, man. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We are on the road to 20,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the year. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are a car audio base head. Man, we are back. Like I said, next video we'll do a lot of explaining. This video, man, we just had to get some work done, and hopefully this will build up some momentum to start doing more videos, and we have to. I'm tired of just being chilling at the house, and we had a couple of adult things that needed to get done, but like I said, next video we are gonna do everything that we had to do and get back on track. But with all that being said, hope you guys have a good day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.